everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of the PHNX Suns podcast, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Lindsey Smith, here with Saul, Bookman, Gerald, Bourguet, and Espo. And guys, it's official. We have our remaining jersey that we've all been waiting for from the Phoenix Suns. They finally unveiled their 2022-23 Nike City Edition uniforms.
Can I unveil something here first?
Oh, yes, Jesus. Let's do it.
Right, no, this isn't bad.
I'm excited.
Gerald, you got engaged a little while ago, and I didn't get you an engagement gift, so I wanted to give you a game-worn Danny Granger jersey just for you.
This is the best day of my life.
I wanted to start with that.
And I got engaged recently.
Yeah.
I can't wait for my Christmas present.
Authentic. He actually wore that, so enjoy that.
Oh, all my New Mexico friends are going to be so jealous.
That's so awesome.
And no one else but just that. That's amazing.
I thought you deserved that, and when it got brought up the other day, I went, well, let's just sit in my closet. Why don't I just give it to somebody that's actually going to care about it?
Oh, that's amazing.
So congratulations on your engagement, my friend.
Thank you. You're not off the hook for Christmas, but this is amazing.
So we're all winning today. Gerald got himself a brand new game-worn jersey. We got ourselves a brand new jersey from the Phoenix Suns. Again, it's the City Edition uniforms.
Selfishly, I was like, how did I win? I didn't win anything.
You're here with us, so
I didn't get anything.
I didn't do anything. I didn't get anything.
We're all winning because we got a dope jersey.
Okay.
These jerseys, of course, honor Arizona's Indigenous communities. Let's talk a little bit more about them. Of course, we know it's the teal color. They have a lot of cool elements incorporated within them, including there's like it's almost like an alternate logo, if you will, as like the belt buckle on the shorts, which is pretty neat. There is words down the trimming that all are the word sun in different native languages. There's a lot of really cool elements to these jerseys. What do you guys think about so far?
We don't even have to beat around the bush. Let's just go straight to Espo, because he's the one that has been anti this jersey since day one. We need to hear what he thinks before we could even move on.
Do we have the second camera? Is that on me or no? All right, then I'll do this just with the regular camera. I owe the Suns an apology.
Oh, man.
I was very much against the turquoise when we first saw it. I very much didn't like the jersey when we got the clearer photos of it. But the way they rolled these out, the explanation and the video that they rolled them out, I am all in on these because of what they mean, what they represent, and how well they did it to represent, I believe it's the 22 tribes here in Arizona, the details in it. I tip my hat. And I saw a shirt that was a black shirt with the turquoise sunburst. And I was like, all right, when you flip that, it's actually pretty hot. I'd wear that. So
I mean,
so overall, and the court, which I think we'll get into as well, spectacular. So shout out to everybody over with the Suns that put it together. I was wrong when it came to it. Turquoise still not a Suns color, but it is a beautiful jersey in what it represents.
Well, I get what you're saying about it not being a Suns color in terms of the color scheme of the Phoenix Suns, but it is an Arizona color.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is exactly what they were going for and in really embracing all the tribes and stuff like that. And since day one, I mean, you and I have been on board with this jersey for sure. And then the shorts and all the detail and everything that went into it just make it even better. And so I thought the entire thing from top to bottom, the way they rolled it out, all the different content pieces that they put together to roll it out, the big photo with all the people from the different tribes and the Suns, like they absolutely nailed this 100%. It's beautiful. And it, honestly, it evoked a lot of emotion through people because of the video that they played and showcasing all the different things that go along with this beautiful state and all the people that belong to it. It was just chef's kiss. Beautiful.
Yeah. I love it. And I was on board with this as a New Mexico guy. Turquoise was our state rock. So coming here to Arizona and being here for the last 12 or 13 years, it's really cool to see that reflected here as well for the tribal nations of Arizona. If we could pull up the images of the uniforms, because like the turquoise, obviously it pops off with the orange in a way that I wasn't kind of expecting. The turquoise represents the protection stone or the living stone, for those who were unaware of the symbolism there. The inline colors on the numbers, I know that we were kind of critical of them at first, but they look a lot better outside of kind of Devin Booker's number, honestly. And those reflect the colors of the medicine wheel. You've got the step pattern running down the side of the jersey and the shorts. And then if we could pull up the other one with DA on the shorts, you've got kind of that belt pattern as far as the traditional Native American sashes. We knew it would look better with the shorts.
I knew
too.
The shorts were going to be awesome.
We did. And it's really cool, like Espo was saying, the symbolism, the different elements they incorporated. I think someone from the Suns said this was 2 years in the making to get these jerseys out. I do wish that they had that new kind of unique logo as the center logo on the chest, but other than that, like, this is really cool.
If they had done that, it would feel like a truly unique jersey. My big knock was it looked like the orange jersey that someone had hit the paint,
Right.
Microsoft Paint and went, let's make it turquoise when you initially saw it. But, I slam the table about this a lot, but when you hear the explanation, there's just no way you cannot like these from what they say.
And this is why you wait until it's fully rolled out before you judge.
The thing is it always looks better when it's on a player. Every single jersey in the existence of ever has always looked better when you see it on a player.
And with
It
the
just
shorts.
does.
Hold on. Let me.
Wait, time out. He just got a jersey that would tell you otherwise.
Yeah, but if you look at that in a normal leaked photo image, it's gonna look even worse than it looked on the
It looked like
players.
shit both ways, I can tell you. I was there when they unveiled it. It was awful. But let me say this. I don't know that it's necessarily don't judge it when you see a leak, because Sacramento's jersey looked like trash in the City Edition. But to me, the explanation that the Suns put together wasn't marketing bullshit. As somebody who's written that marketing bullshit for some of these jerseys before, in particular the gray one with the sleeves,
That's the only one that
what was
doesn't
your
count in
pitch
my
for
book.
that?
it was about, they called it the fire and ash, and it was about Phoenix rising up from the ashes.
So did they try to
And
fire
it
an
was-
ass?
It was, and it had a tie to the original Phoenix Giants, whatever. But the point being,
Baseball team?
the baseball team that won the first championship here in Arizona. But anyways, beyond the point there. But like, the explanation on this wasn't bullshit. It was thought out. It was thoughtful. It means something to the people that, on the reservation and res ball, all these things that are very important to the state. So the explanation to me made it that much better. And that's where the leak didn't do it justice. You didn't understand the meaning, the full-fledged of it. You just saw a color that didn't match with what the team traditionally have been. But like the Kings had the exact opposite. They came up with this really ugly jersey that gets leaked, and then they explain it represents the 10th anniversary of the team trying to leave town and the fans fighting hard, and the elements are all based on their arena. I don't want a jersey that looks like my arena.
No.
So that explanation made an
'cause we'd
ugly
have a
looking
giant foot
jersey
on our chest.
even worse. Yeah. Like, I mean, so like, to me, the story does have something to do with it. And when I saw the video this morning, if you see that and it doesn't evoke some emotion in you, you're dead inside. And I'm dead inside, and it still evoked emotion out of me.
That's the thing is, like, of course, you're going to go across social media and people are, oh, this is awful. And some people are just bashing it, saying, like, this looks like 11th graders, did a Photoshop for all these jerseys. And they're talking about all of them, not just ours. But then, like, if you really look at the reason why, and to me, like, each team had a reason why they did something a certain way. If you take the time to really look and take that in, then you understand some of them probably an afterthought. The others, well thought out, detailed planning. And so, 2 years in the works, they said, on this one, obviously. And that's fantastic, because you want that level of detail for every little thing if you're going to take the leap that they did and making a turquoise jersey. And for that, I think this is a very successful unveiling. And listen, the Suns, to me, are 2 for 2 in terms of big time changes to a uniform. The Valley jersey and the rollout for that was phenomenal. And then this turquoise jersey, same thing. I think they knocked them both out of the park. So well done, Sons.
Yeah, and I will say, if we could pull up the image of the court, I think
Yes.
these will
The
really
court is
pop on the
This
court.
phenomenal.
is the best, one of the best parts
That
about
is
all of
filthy.
this thing. Like, because I know a lot of people, Espo, you even said it, you wanted that to be like the main logo. The fact that that is the main logo on the court brings this, it ties it all together so perfectly.
Well, and I love the turquoise is a classy accent in this court. It's in the key, it's along the baseline. The words that are also on the jersey or on the side paneling of the jersey or on the court. This is cool. I believe it's a similar mountain range to the Valley court, that's on there as well. So it's a little nod to you all liked this court as well. When you put it all together, and when you see it with the court, and when we'll see them, playing on that, it'll make a lot more sense, and I'm okay with it in totality.
I'm so happy Espo's on the right side of history now. This is so exciting.
I was looking at the hat. They have a turquoise hat with the center court logo on it. I'm like, I might buy that.
I haven't bought a jersey in a while, and I regret not buying the Valley jersey. I should have done that. I'm probably going to buy, at a minimum, the shorts for sure. I want those shorts more than anything else in the world right now.
I feel
Christmas
you.
gifts.
The shorts are like, honestly, for me, 90% of if I like a jersey comes down to the shorts. Just because I think the shorts are way more fun and maybe it's just from like a style perspective, right? Like I would rather wear the shorts of a jersey or a uniform than I would the top.
Have we ever seen you wear shorts?
No, but just like personally.
I was just thinking. I was like, wait.
On principle.
In my other life.
When she takes her OGs by herself, she's in her basketball shorts.
So overall, I think we all are pretty happy with this, and it's going to be really exciting to see this all in real life. And the first time they're going to wear these jerseys and have this court is next Wednesday, right? The 16th, when they take on the Warriors.
Yep.
Which the Warriors are going to be wearing their city edition. It's going to be a lot of color.
That's going to be a weird
court.
clash.
I thought those were black.
Black
They're
and
black,
yellow.
but yellow with the
That's like a
flower.
goldish at the
It's
bottom,
still going to be a
It's going
clash
to be a
of colors.
lot of color going
Yeah.
on that night.
Yeah, that'll be a weird clash. but-
It'll be fun. I like it. We do have a super chat from Libertarian. Thank you so much. Said the only thing I would change is I wish the court logo was the jersey logo.
Same.
We get that. That makes sense.
There were some cool photoshops of that online as well.
Yeah, I saw that
People
too.
did, and I was like, yeah, that would have been that would have knocked it out of the park.
It would have. That would have taken it from a really good level to like astronomical. Like this was chef's kiss, but still a really solid uniform, solid court. So it's going to be exciting to see them wear those next week. Just want to remind you guys, our friends over at the DraftKings Sportsbook app are wanting to give you some free bets, $200 specifically in free bets. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up with the code PHNX, and then you can make any $5 NBA money line bet and get $200 if your team wins. It's a good opportunity to maybe look at tomorrow's game to get yourself some free bets on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, although tomorrow's game might be a little interesting, I suppose. Maybe wait until next week. I don't know. It's up to you, depending on how good you're feeling about it.
If they even
Playing
play.
Orlando. I mean, if they get there.
If they even play
Well,
tomorrow.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, who knows what tomorrow's going to actually look like?
They were still in Minnesota as of this morning, and it was going to be a 2-hour bus ride that they're going to have to take after flying into Tampa. They were going to try to practice. Like, it's messy at best.
It almost feels like they should just call an audible and be like, let's just move this, tack this on the end of the season for these two teams just to be safe.
Let's just give the Magic the L that they're
No,
looking
just
for.
tell the Magic they have to come down to Tampa. I mean, that's where the Raptors played last year, and just say, hey, your state's inconveniencing us with this hurricane. You drive down and meet us. Like,
Also, you don't have to bet just on the Suns. You can bet on the Cardinals too.
Well,
They play on
it's an NBA money line bet for the free bet.
I mean, just in general, you can buy. And I say that because I see our resident Cardinals guy, Bo Brock, dressed as Cliff Kingsbury right now. I don't know what's about to happen, but it looks hilarious.
Well, what's a pick of the week that we should be putting some money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app? What do you
I'm
guys
calling
think?
an audible because I was going to go football, but since there's a good bet enhancer there. I hate to say it, but I'm going to go the Denver Nuggets +5 against the Celtics tonight.
Okay.
The Nuggets are good. The Celtics have been a little all over the place at times. I'm going to go with the Nuggets tonight +5 at a -110.
Okay.
Make a little money on some hoops tonight.
All right. Yeah. So one more time, that's code PHNX on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. You know what is not a gamble?
Shane, you got something?
Yeah. What's up, Shane?
First of all, the Nuggets and Celtics game's tomorrow night.
Or tomorrow night, excuse me.
Second of all, on the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now, you can get Cordero Patterson to score a touchdown at any time for +200. The odds are boosted. So
Ooh.
Well, they boosted the odds because that was what I was looking at, and while I was looking at it, the odds had changed on that one. So
yeah, you just have to opt in the promotions tab. It goes up to +200. It's usually like -105.
all right, that's my pick then.
Perfect. Well, there you go. Thanks to Shane. And that's for all users. So if you've already been a current user of the DraftKings Sportsbook app, you can still get those type of boosted odds, which are super fun. That's what I love about the DraftKings Sportsbook app. But you know what isn't a gamble? How much fun you're going to have when you go to Four Peaks and you watch U.S. and Mexico World Cup games. And you get to go for free. And it's going to be a blast. You get to also have giveaways, enjoy guest appearances, $3 kilt lifter, and wow wheat pints.
Also, rising players are going to show up.
That's not a gamble.
It's going to be fun.
That's a guaranteed great time over at the Four Peaks Brewery, who we are teaming up with to host all of these matches. If you want to come hang out or join in on the action, check the link in our show notes to register for absolutely free. Also, we love Four Peaks beer. We got a whole slew of it over here. If you guys haven't had any recently, I highly recommend you pick some up on your way home from work or whenever you're available to stop by the grocery store. But you do have to be 21 years or older, and we ask that you enjoy responsibly.
I thought she was about to invite people over to the studio. If you haven't had Four Peaks, we've got a slew of it. Come on over and grab a can.
If you want to come to the studio, you got to ask Saul. That's above my pay grade. Okay, so we have a mailbag session. I thought we already did the super chat. We got another one?
Did you do the super chat?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I completely missed that. My bad.
But thanks again for the super chat, Libertarian. Appreciate it. So we're going to do a little mailbag episode here. We asked you guys on social and in Discord if you had any questions you wanted us to answer today, and we got quite a few. So let's get into it. Rick asked, thoughts on the increased aggressiveness from Mikal? Think it can be consistent or just a byproduct of a current terrible Wolves team?
I think it could be consistent. It's about effort. And on the offensive side of the ball, I think he was a lot more assertive yesterday. And that's all you're looking for. You want him to be assertive. You want him to get shots up, especially when you're missing key guys like Cam Johnson. So I definitely think that, you know, he saw the opportunity last night against a really weak defense, and he took advantage of it. I hope that gives him the confidence to keep doing so, especially when Chris Paul gets back into the fold, because for whatever reason, there's this thought that when Chris Paul's there, he's not going to get as many shots and not be as aggressive as he was last night. And I think that should not be the case. So I think it can continue for sure.
Yeah, it can, and for him, it's a matter of aggression, and also for the Suns, putting him in the right positions. I went back and watched all of his buckets last night and wrote an article about this on gophnx.com. But if you look at the way the Suns were using him, they were getting him downhill, they were hitting him on the wing, and he was attacking bad closeouts, getting to the basket, pulling up for the mid-range jumper. There's not a lot of guys that can contest that shot. So it is a mindset thing as well. In addition to how they're using him off the ball, they need to do that a little bit more. I know they want him to facilitate and play make, but you've got to put him in spots where he's at his best.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Kenny, yes. Willie, I think that's going to be very much up to him and how much he attacks. It's just a matter of, does he take enough shots to have that kind of an impact offensively? And right now he's going to have to. I mean, there's not really a choice with where they are, but when guys come back, when CP3 comes back, when Cam Johnson comes back, does he keep that aggression, or does he regress back to the guy that we saw that just picks and chooses every once in a while.
And I will say, I don't know if he's not going to do what he did last night consistently.
That's my thing. Is I think the aggression can be there consistently. The exact performance of last night.
No,
right.
And I'm not sold
But
on that
if
entirely
you look at his season as a whole, on drives this season, out of guys who have driven to the basket at least 40 times, he has the second highest points percentage in the NBA in terms of the Suns have scored on those possessions. The percentage is 98.1%.
We got to read this chat real quick.
Go ahead.
Respect for Payne and Shamit. This is from Mike B. They played great as well. Mikal dies this. I need to see consistency. And then the next comment from Hello said, had me scared there, Mike, because he does correct himself. He says, does this.
That was a terrible autocorrect, that's for sure. Sometimes they'll get you. You got to be careful. All right, our next mailbag question comes from Kunal, who asked, would you rather have Ayton or Mikal for the rest of their career?
This is a fantastic question. Also, screw you for making me make tough choices.
I know, I hated this question.
I'll say it right now. Compared to their growth and development and what they're doing currently on this Suns roster, I would probably go with Mikal. It hurts me to say that so much. I would probably go with Mikal because I just feel like my expectation of DA is far higher than Mikal's, and he has consistently not met those expectations too many times for my liking. And Mikal is a lot more consistent than DA. Especially on the defensive end, you give it to me at least on one end consistently. That's still more than DA because DA has run into foul trouble. He's not on the court as much as he should be, So I would say Mikal.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mikal just because of skill set. That perimeter skill set is more valuable. That ability to create your own offense in this league at that position is more valuable. He still needs to do it consistently, obviously, and both of them have had their issues with that. But I will say that you look at what the Suns have been able to get out of JaVale McGee, Dario Saric, Bismack Biyombo, now Jock Landale at the center spot. They're very good at getting what they need out of centers, and it's just inherently a less valuable position right now in the NBA. The Warriors just won it with Kevon Looney as their starting center by playing good defense, by offensive rebounding, by doing the little things, and the Suns, committing a max contract to a guy like that, you're going to need him to continue to grow a lot more than what he's shown so far.
I apologize, Gerald. I was just throwing my phone. Hopefully the gift was enough to make it all right.
It's all good.
You get a pass today.
Anyways, what was the question, Mikal or DA?
Yeah.
It's math. We go back to math is undefeated, right? Mm-hmm. Look what you're paying DA for what you're getting. Look at what you're paying for Mikal for the production you're getting. I'm taking Mikal just because of the math of the situation. And to Gerald's point, I think you can find a guy that can do some of the things DA does at a cheaper price. They won't do all of them. They won't do them quite as effectively, but I think you could probably make up for some of them around the way.
I think the conversation has become it went from DA and Mikal's potential, which I think everybody leaned DA because he was still young and he had just such and centers. Obviously, they develop at a slower pace than everybody else. To now, we're in year 5. What are you doing for me now? And what are you providing to me on a consistent basis? And in that regard, the conversation is completely flipped. And now it's Mikal that draws the favor. And the chat is absolutely backing that as well. And so, listen, DA's got a lot growing up to do. He's got a long way to go to really bounce back and be the dominant force that we all think he can be, but he's just got to find that consistency. And I don't know where he's going to find it, to be honest with you. And that's the thing that worries me.
Do you think this question would be answered differently if DA had himself a night last night and not Mikal? Do you think there's a little bit of recency bias with this?
No, we wouldn't even be talking about it because you're expecting DA to be that guy.
I think there is some recency bias, but to Saul's point, it is about who are you now? Are you the guy? Because they've both gotten their contract extensions now, and you have a window that, if you listen to some, is very small. So you need to maximize that potential, and DA's not doing that right now. What's crazy to me is we went from talking about the core 4, right? Booker, DA, Mikal, Cam Johnson. Now there's questions about 2 of the 4. Is DA the guy? Is he here for the long term? And will they sign Cam after the injury stuff? So you could be down to 2 of your core 4 in short order potentially.
I still think ideally you want all 4 around, because when healthy, Cam Johnson's a legit difference maker. And you know, this is assuming we have to pick one or the other. We don't in reality. They can keep both as long as they both continue to improve, because with these 4 guys, they are a contender. I do think that there might be some recency bias, but part of it is because it's looking at how the Suns are going to play as Chris Paul continues to take more of a back seat. Like, Booker and DA have a good connection in the pick and roll, but it's not Chris Paul in terms of being able to serve guys up on a silver platter. So if you're looking at skill sets, like Mikal post Chris Paul era is going to be okay still. DA, you're going to have to work a little bit harder to get him his offense.
You could swallow CP3 losing a step or fading back, declining in his performance if DA is offsetting that performance with his own performance, but he's not. And again, like when you're looking at the optics of this season, before we even started game number 1, you were talking about, the kerfuffle, if you will, with Monty and DA and how that wasn't working so much, and the lack or the perception or the lack of him getting involved in the offense on a more consistent basis. And when we started the season, they made a concerted effort to get the ball to him. Then you talk about Chris Paul's decline. And then you talk about, then Cam Johnson gets hurt. It feels like at every step, when there's an expectation that DA needs to step up, he doesn't step up to the occasion. You know that your team is expecting you to reach a certain level to offset what you have just lost. And time again, it seems like those games, he doesn't. And that's what frustrates me so much, is that Cam Johnson's gone. You have to step up. 2 fouls in like 30 seconds. Like, bro, what are we doing right now? You've got to play better. You got to be smarter. You just got to be the number 1 pick that we all thought you were going to be. Even if you don't match Luka, you can still be a fantastic player.
The one time he matched what we were hoping for was that playoff run to the finals. That was when you saw him do that. But one thing I am concerned about is the idea that you can just automatically replace DA with any center.
No.
Like from last year, because part of why you could do that and see that success was Chris Paul. Without Chris Paul, that changes that dynamic as well.
It definitely does, but I do think the Suns, and this just seems in line with what we saw from contract negotiations last year, I think that they think that if they can get 80% out of another center, a lower cost center, out from what they get of DA, they would have been happy with that. I think they matched DA because it was the smartest thing to do in that situation. But ideally, in their world, they'd be paying for like a Kevon Looney or someone who sets good screens, hits the boards hard, can defend in space, and they'd be okay with that downgrade if it allows them to allot money elsewhere on the perimeter.
Okay, so there's a few more follow-ups from the chat. I just real quickly. So Coda Kid said, if DA wasn't taken 1 overall and wasn't on a max contract, would we be okay with his play now? A lot of people are asking if we have too high expectations for DA. Is it the number 1 pick and the money that make the expectations as high as they are?
Yeah.
So we would be totally fine with DA if he was making less than
I don't know if we'd be totally fine, but we'd be better with it. Yes.
Right.
If he and Mikal flipped picks, if DA was the 10th pick and was sitting here on a 4-year 90, I think everybody's like, okay, yeah, that's not bad.
Right.
It's when you go number 1, you have a max deal, the whole fiasco about the contract and everything with that, like that adds up, and eventually you get to the point where I think Saul and I have reached where it's like, okay, enough excuses. It's either you show it or you're not it,
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll come back to DA at some point in time, but for now, let's move on to our next question. This one comes from Suns Muse on Twitter. They asked, stat-based questions, which of the following is more likely to happen the most times? More Booker 30-plus point and 10-plus assist games, more Mikal 30-plus point and 3-plus steals games, or Ayton, 20-plus point and 12-plus rebound games. So do you guys want the number of how many times these have actually happened thus far?
Oh, you have them?
Yes.
No.
So
Research.
Book has had 13 games of at least 30 and 10.
Wow.
Mikal has had exactly one game, which was yesterday, of 30 and 3. And DA has had 38 games of at least 20 and 12.
I was going to say DA was kind of the easy answer, honestly,
Yeah.
because with Chris Paul around, Book's not going to get to 10 assists very often, and 3 steals alone is hard. Like, add in 30 points, that's a lot. 20 and 12 feels like way easier to attain.
Well, yeah, Mikal's stat line in general last night had only happened 5 other times in Suns history. So keep that in perspective as well. But, I mean, is this how likely it's to happen any night, or how likely
The consistency.
Like-
How many times do you think it's going to happen more than the others?
as a Sun? I don't know how long DA will be a Sun if,
That's
I
not the
I
question.
would guess the question would mean like this year.
this year.
That's what I would guess.
I think DA probably accomplishes it the most, but Devin having those kind of games has become something that isn't that crazy either. So
Yeah. I would say it goes DA, Book, Mikal
Yeah.
in that order as far
I think
as
this
which
season
one
it's
most
probably more
happens.
likely Booker will do what he does as opposed to DA.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I'm not mad at that.
That would be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Okay, so we have
that makes
another.
him an MVP if he does it multiple
for sure.
times.
Well, that's the goal.
Let's
Well, I
get it.
know.
Another one from Kunal who asked if Shea and KD become available and were around the same price, who would you choose? No guarantee that either would stay long term.
Shea without a hesitation because he answers your Chris Paul replacement question, which is the biggest question facing this franchise and may come about next offseason.
Oh, I have no doubt that it's Shea for sure. I'm not going to get into the Chris Paul thing just because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But yeah, I think Shea's playing at a high level right now. He's younger. So, you know, and Kevin Durant has battled injuries, so you can never really guarantee on that. So yeah, I would definitely go with Shea.
Man, I'm going with KD, guys.
I think it's just the age thing. You can move Shea because it says no guarantee that they'll stay here long term. The potential to get something in return for Shea is much higher than to get something for Cade in return
But
for
they're
KD.
both under contract for like the next 3 or 4 years
Perfect,
at least.
Shea.
So I'm gonna go KD on this one, honestly. Like I get the long term wanting the Chris Paul replacement, and that's why I have been touting him for months as a trade target for the Suns. But like KD, you could win a title this year. I think you could with Shea, but I think KD bumps your ceiling up more this season, and the whole point is to just win one title. Like this is the year. This might be the last year that you have a healthy Chris Paul or a decent Chris Paul.
But
I think you do it now, especially with Cam Johnson hurt.
But I think with Shea, you give yourself more bites at that apple for a longer period of time, as opposed to with KD, maybe you're talking about the next year or two before everything starts to fall apart.
You do, but you get a bigger bite of the apple with Kevin Durant like this year.
I guess it depends on what you give up, though. Like, I mean,
if
I know
they're-
you'd be giving it up the same thing for each guy, but it depends on what position you're dealing from. You know, who are you throwing in there?
Well, we're trading
Like,
Chris
Well,
Paul and 4 picks
I
for
think-
Shea, so
I would say the
problem
understanding
solved.
of this
What are you
question,
talking
because
about?
they did say they were around the same price. So just in theory, outside of like extra throw-ins to make the money work, the same core pieces
Yeah.
are going out. That's what you have to answer this question with the understanding.
I'm
of.
just thinking. I am.
it's
Sorry.
distracting as fuck.
Shea, I think Shea becomes your sixth man off the bench, makes your bench unit better, and increases your championship chances. Now, KD obviously is a superstar still at this point, but I don't know. I think it's an easier transition to bring SGA in if you were going to get him this season than trying to work KD into everything this season. That would be my other argument as to why.
Here's a hot take on a bold take. If Shea Gilgeous-Alexander came to the Suns, I think it would be only a matter of time before you bump Chris Paul to the bench as opposed to say Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. This dude's dropping like 30 a game. Like you're just gonna we're we're just going to play you for 20 to 25 a night. Fuck no, you're not. You're gonna give him some
I
run.
just said he wouldn't start. He'd be your sixth.
Yeah, I don't
3
think you
seconds of the game.
I don't think you can do. I think you honestly just go small and start them both, honestly, to keep everybody happy. But yeah, I mean, if either one of these guys
Ayton comes off the bench.
Well,
if either one,
Ayton may be Ayton may be the price though.
well, yeah, that's
So
the
you
thing.
may have to
is,
go small.
That's the thing is, it depends. We're talking about similar prices, but it's going to cost you part of your core to make either one of these deals anyway. So if either one of them became available and the Suns could trade for them, that would be fucking fantastic. But I honestly don't see either one happening.
I love that we're sitting here going, no.
Right.
I don't want KD.
Right.
I
I want
want
Shea.
SG. I'll take either is really the answer.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, our next question comes from Josh, and they asked, the Spurs New City Edition jersey draws inspiration from the 1996 All-Star Game jersey. What do you think of a Sun City Edition that also draws inspiration, or that draws inspiration from the 1995 All-Star Game jersey?
I have wanted to see this. I think that it was one of the most creative designs in NBA history. It was imaginative. It captured the feeling of the Southwest. I think you could take many elements, combine it with something from the Sunburst as well, and give you something that is a truly unique new uniform set for this team. Because if the burst coming back full time isn't possible, harken back to something close to it, and I think that design would be a beautiful thing to do.
The jerseys from like the 90s era are still my favorite. They're the best. They're the most creative. They're the most ludicrous and like cartoonish and whatever, but they have character. And I love those All-Star Game jerseys, the purple ones, the white ones. Bring them both back, like, or a revamped modern version of it would be really cool with like the cactus on it and everything.
Yeah.
I would love a jersey like that.
Fun fact, if you've seen the Coyotes reverse retro, they have a lizard on the shoulder. That lizard was actually part of the 95 All-Star Game design.
Oh, that's awesome.
I wouldn't even be mad if they just brought that exact jersey back, to be honest with you. It doesn't even have to be, like, I'll take an inspired jersey from that, but I'll also take the exact same thing, too.
Yeah.
Drop the star, and then I'd take it.
That's fair. That's fine. That's the kind of jersey that I feel like you could come up with if you were hanging out with our friends over at OG's. Yeah. Like really creative. You pop an OG's, then you get all your creative juices flowing. You're just in a really good Zen space to create something that is super dope and epic.
Or you freak out when you see that jersey while you're on something. I don't know. I don't know.
No, I think it's a positive. It's always a positive, especially with OGs. OGs is always a great time, whether you're hanging out and enjoying all of the different varieties of flavors and items that OGs has to offer, or you're enjoying a great night's sleep from their Sleepy Time Gummy, which they just launched a few months ago. OGs is top notch. They're some really great people over there, really great products. We highly recommend you guys check out OGs. You can find them online at ogsbrands.com. You can find them on Instagram at ogsbrands. And of course, you can find them at your local dispensary, but you must be 21 years or older to enjoy. Do you feel like OGs makes you creative?
No.
No?
Not especially. It makes me feel really good.
I feel like it's like a creative release almost. Like when you're feeling mentally blocked, I feel like OGs opens up the creative
I don't know if
floodgates.
it makes me creative, but it does make me more spontaneous.
Okay. That could be good. Shane's not in his head in agreement with me. He said OGs definitely unlocks the creative floodgates.
I got something that I have to share with you. Some breaking news, right? We've talked about my love for Tay-Tay, right? I'm a Swiftie. I can get Taylor Swift tickets for $240 on the game.
Oh, they went down.
Wow.
It went down significantly.
Like double.
Like I the day it happened, it was $299. It skyrocketed into the 300s right now.
483 at one point.
Was it? So I can get for $242 right now. But you know what? If I wait till closer to March and I procrastinate, it gets even better on the Game Time app. I'm not going to throw out a number, but imagine getting into Taylor Swift for something that is even less of a hit on your pocketbook than $242. It's well worth it. If Taylor Swift isn't your thing, and I know there's 3 people on this set staring at me because it isn't theirs, you can get anything, sports, concerts. I'm sure if we did some kind of stage show where we sold tickets to the podcast, you could get it on the Game Time Time app, and you can get it for cheap. Sometimes 60% less than you get it anywhere else, and it pays to procrastinate with the Game Time app. Make sure to click that link in our show notes. It helps us, and it helps you save some money. So go over to Game Time now.
Okay, so our next question comes from Tim. They asked, who was your celebrity crush when you were a teenager, and who is your
Now we're
celebrity
getting to the
crush
real stuff.
now?
Let's go. My celebrity crush when I was a teenager, it was two of them.
Okay.
I can't separate these two because I was just in love with both of them. Janet Jackson in the If video.
Okay.
Because goddamn. And Kelly Kapowski. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All day, every day. Yes. Both of them.
Those are good ones.
Wait, is that a now?
Oh, I'm sorry.
current?
And then currently, I don't really have one current. I'm gonna go cheesy. I love my wife. So
That's nice.
I was basically stealing Espo's thunder because I'm sure he's either gonna say his wife
no.
or his daughter.
Nope, I got something better than that. So.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely Natalie Portman growing up as a kid. Just an impeccable
Nerd
star.
alert.
I bet you really wanted to be Darth, right?
Yes, I did.
He wanted me.
we
Christian
literally were
Bale.
that for Halloween this year, me and my fiance. But
Gerald's like, I got my childhood dreams.
I did.
They came true.
But yeah, it was Natalie Portman. It's still honestly Natalie Portman, but for variety, I'll say Ana de Armas. She is on. She's on a heater.
Jeez.
All right.
I gotta say, it was Topanga and it was Kelly Kapowski. I'm right there with you. Topanga
Very-
and Kelly Kapowski.
Yes.
If you are of a certain age like Saul and I are,
Yes.
that was definitely right there in the wheelhouse. And my celebrity crush now is me. I love myself. I love me some
me.
And you're a celebrity.
Yep. So,
That was a good one. I feel like I don't really have celebrity crushes anymore. I don't know if it's just like I'm not consuming enough celebrity things or just nothing's a vibe. When I was a kid, like a kid, it was Lance Bass from NSYNC. When I was a teenager, it was more like the Travis Barker bad boy kind of vibe. Like that was it.
Okay.
Now I feel like I just go based off vibes, and there's not a lot of people in Hollywood who I feel like have good vibes, but Zoe Kravitz has great vibes.
Zoe Kravitz does.
She's got great vibes. So I'm gonna go Zoe Kravitz. There you go.
I approve.
Shane
this message.
approves.
Connor says in the chat says Scarlett Johansson. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Josh Hunt said Shakira. That was my second
Shakira's
childhood
good.
crush.
Yeah, that's a solid answer. Okay, Sons Geek Aaron asked, I need to know if you're stuck on an island, what PHNX employee would be the one person you're stuck with?
Who, like, are we stuck on the island forever? Like, this is it. Like,
Okay, so
we're
we're
like
gonna
on
do this-
Castaway, and it's just two people.
We're
and
going to
there's
do this two ways. You can pick one person who you think will help you get off an island, and the second answer is somebody who you are stuck on the island with. You can't get off. You're just stuck with them until you both die.
All right.
Okay, I would say if I was stuck on the island, I'm trying to get off, and I needed somebody to help me. I'm probably going with Petey because Petey is crafty. He's a hard worker. And
He's also the dude with the most anxiety. He'd be having a panic attack that you're stuck on the island.
this is my fucking choice, guy. You pick your own shit. Okay. So definitely Petey. And then if I was stuck there forever for purgatory, I'd say Lindsey because she would keep it spicy.
I was probably going to say to get off the island, probably Saul. To chill with, I would probably say Shane, just because we have a good rapport. And he would start barking if there were intruders. So we.
You know what? I think Gerald would be the guy I'd choose to help me get off the island because he's the one with the most, to get back here for in terms of he's got a fiance.
super motivated.
He hasn't been married yet, so he wants to get to that point.
Espo, you have a child.
Well, I'm not saying I can't choose myself.
PHNXer.
I know, but he said the most. I don't have the most.
No, but look,
No,
Your fiance
no.
is better than mine.
Listen, we were all talking about this before the show, and everyone agreed that Gerald had the most motivation to get
yes.
back.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
take it
like
then.
you're living your dream job. You got the fiance. Like I
Well,
think
he was living his dream job until we get crashed on a fucking island.
I think if I had to be just stuck on the island with somebody, and I'd have to pick somebody that wouldn't drive me completely insane, Leah. I feel like
Leah's
Leah,
a solid
although
answer.
Leah would probably be trying to clean the island too much.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
Your
No.
leaves over there are too messy.
I don't think Leah would be my choice because Leah would absolutely drive me crazy with being like, "Oh, you're really just gonna do that, really?" Like, or trying to make it sure that like, no, you can't put the bamboo in the fucking in this column over here all
Where the palm
like,
leaves go.
Yeah, no, absolutely not Leah for
But
sure not
She's
Leah.
like,
She'd
day
also-
5,
there's
I
no
organized
way.
the seashells on the entire
There's
shore.
just no way.
But she also wouldn't let you eat anything poisonous.
And she would make it very, like, she would make it feel like home.
It's very calming too. Even when she's trying to organize, it's very calming.
No, like
Yes.
I'm on an island. There ain't shit around here.
Yeah, just throw a banana
Why
at
did you throw a
Saul.
banana peel? Like I said, like I don't. Yeah. It's your choice. Though.
I also forget to say, Girth, is the one that's probably in the best shape in the building too. So when my lazy ass fails at a lot of things, he can help me do that and trying to build things.
Espo,
so.
just so you know, if you're stuck on an island, you're probably going to be half the size
I would.
you are now.
I mean, it'd be a
when
great
you get off.
diet. I might go, hey, can we wait a little while longer till I hit that 180 I want to be at? Then we can leave the
I'm
island.
gonna be sweating my ass off building shit. He's gonna come back from like a spa retreat on the island. Like,
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
relaxing.
No,
time.
he'll act like he's doing something, but it's just like he's just like putting leaves in a pile. Meanwhile, fucking you're over there sweating your ass off trying to build shit. Trust me, I know. I built the whole fucking office.
It'd be tough for me to try to use the Saul. Saul told me this excuse. I got to do this for Saul.
Yeah.
I can't help you since Saul wouldn't be there. So.
Yeah.
I feel like to get off the island, it would be a toss-up between Saul or Shane. If I was just chilling on the island, I feel like I'd pick Sean.
How is Shane gonna help you get off the
I
island?
feel like Shane's resourceful if he has to be.
Yeah, straight, you use him for utility, you use me for the vibe.
For those of you who didn't hear that, Sean said, use him for utility, use me for the vibes. I'm also...
Yeah, so Shane is the utility, Sean is
But
the
also,
vibe.
Sean, like, if you were stuck on the island with Sean, you guys would argue, and then you just be like, "Oh my god, I'm going to kill
Yeah,
you."
Sean
But
would be
here's the
fun
thing.
for a day.
Sean and I would argue, but then we both would have a very clear understanding that that side is the island is yours, and this side is mine. You need to stay there for 5 days until we can talk again. We would respect that.
5
The-
days.
hold on, the
However
best-
that's a
long
lot of
we
days.
need
5
solitude.
days
That's
on the
like-
other side of the
Because
island.
both
That
of
is
us
quite
really
literally-
crave solitude
That
as
is
well.
that is quite literally... You only have 2 days where you're actually talking to each other because you're dead after 7. So
You know,
Yeah, that's
That'd
tough.
be great. We get to have 2 great days of talking and then 5 great days of solitude. It'd be wonderful.
You would finally get to know what Sean actually is elite at because he says he's elite at everything. But you would be able to see.
No, I'm very fair. If you want me to survival,
Just here for the vibes.
You know,
Okay, hold on, real quick. Josh said David is such an underrated choice. I was initially thinking David, and when I came into the office today, I said, "Hey, David, if you were stuck on an island, how would you get off, or what would you do?" And he'd be like, "I think I would just give up after like 2 days." So that's why I didn't pick David, because his answer was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna like."
You just look up on the cliff and there he is. What the fuck?
Yes.
What the hell?
Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, you read books, you're so interested in like all these a wide variety of topics. He's like, nah, I think I'm just gonna dip out.
you know who we probably overlooked? I think Emma would be low key helpful.
No, not even a
at
little
building
bit.
I don't
some
know
shit.
about that.
Not even a little bit. I love Emma to death, but hell no.
You guys are sleeping on
David-
Emma.
see,
I think it'd be good.
The thing with David is that, first of all, there's no books on the island, but he wouldn't be good to chill with either because every 5 minutes he'd be like, "Did you know that hold on, the leader of the Ottoman Empire was assassinated by a fruit?"
This fruit, in fact.
You're next.
He would have a lot of random facts.
We all are in agreement, I think, that we would not want to be stuck on the island with Kirsten or Michaela because they would probably kill us.
No, they'd be able to tell you where the best lighting is on the island.
I feel
think
like
I would
Matt
wake up-
would kill us before Kirsten. We'd
Oh.
last a little bit longer with Kirsten before she decided to kill us.
Yeah, I think we're both goners if they were, because I would just wake up and they would just be hovered over with a rock. I can't do it anymore
So
with you.
I'm
Wait for
thinking
you
a
to
lot of
open your
people here
eyes
might
and
be
then-
like that.
Speaking in Latin.
Oh man.
Okay, our next question comes from Joel. Joel asked, any chance we could get Tobias Harris, Aaron Gordon, or take a chance on Miles Bridges? Laughing face emoji, maybe a one-year
God,
contract.
no.
That's a hard no on Miles
God,
Bridges.
hard
Yeah,
pass.
not even going to happen on Miles
I'd
Bridges.
rather have Miles Teller on this roster.
Everyone freaked out over Grayson Allen. This is a whole nother can of worms. That's a hard no.
I don't think there's any chance of any one of those. Maybe Tobias Harris, but he's got a pretty high contract. So I don't think any of those three would work.
Yeah, Nuggets like Aaron Gordon, and they're competing right now. Tobias Harris, too big of a contract. Miles Bridges, not touching him with a 20-foot pole. Nope.
So there's an easy answer for you.
Yeah.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Central to Phoenix Suns asked, you guys think KD will be requesting a trade again at the deadline? I think with every loss, that KD trade package gets cheaper and more realistic. Nobody is going to give up a haul of picks next offseason for 35-year-old KD. Maybe we have a better chance to get him?
No chance. No chance. Because they just won 3 out of 4 without dipshit. And they're off and running right now, in my opinion. The vibes are way better around that organization. They seem like things are starting to click. So I know you think that they were losing, but they're not losing anymore. They actually look like they're starting to get their shit together because of Jock Vaughn and company, and like I said, dipshit's gone.
And not having Kyrie. So I think if they bring
that was
Kyrie
dipshit.
back and the vibes go downhill, because I don't know if the NBA is going to hold firm on suspending him for however long.
Well, that was the team.
Yeah, that was the team, but you know that came from the NBA. I don't.
Well, their 5th game is tomorrow, so we'll see.
I'm gonna agree with you. It's a low chance because I think the vibes are a little bit better right now, but I'm not gonna rule out that they kind of fall off if Kyrie comes back.
KD also got half of his wish as far as who he wanted removed
Yeah.
from the organization. So at least he's maybe, in theory, 50% better.
I think LeBron telegraphed something that's about to happen. And it was the real LeBron. I checked on Twitter. It wasn't fake guy with LeBron James
Right.
6'5", 4, 3, 2, 1 behind it. And he said today something to the extent of, I know it might be controversial, but they should let Kyrie play. I think the trade that's going to happen is Kyrie for Westbrook at some point.
I think the Nets would happily take that.
And I think LeBron and the Lakers would do it because they're looking for any path out of whatever hell they're in right now.
You think it's better with Kyrie, though?
From an on-court perspective, yeah.
Yeah, but the off of the court, like everywhere Kyrie goes, he blows that shit up.
Yeah, but you're renting Kyrie for 7 months here if you're the Lakers in a situation where you have no hope right now. They're desperate, and LeBron pulls the strings, and LeBron's won with Kyrie. I think that's the move the Nets make long before they deal KD.
I'm sure LeBron thinks he could also help control what
fix him.
happens
Yeah,
off
but
the court.
Kyrie's
a
already
little bit.
thrown LeBron under the bus once before, so why would it be any different? Listen, Kyrie is in another world that he only exists in. Kyrie is only concerned about Kyrie. He could give a shit about his teammates or anybody else around him. He burns everything to the ground. Everything. He did it in Cleveland. He did it in Boston. He did it multiple times in Brooklyn. Like, he is just the worst player to have on your team, point blank.
I agree wholeheartedly, but the Lakers are in the basement. They're at ground level. There's nothing to burn down right now. They're looking for any hope. So I think that's a more realistic thing to happen than KD getting moved out of Brooklyn right now.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Night Rider 92 asked, which dish at Thanksgiving would represent each of the PHNX shows?
So Lindsey and I came up with a fantastic
We
list.
did. Do you guys want us to just tell you
Yeah,
what we
you guys-
think, and then you
we'll
let us
just
know if
sit
you
here for
agree
it.
or not? Okay. So the Suns, of course, is the main meat.
Of course.
We hold down
Yeah.
the whole table.
So we're the turkey.
The Cardinals,
Cooked however you like.
yes, could be fried, could be whatever. Could be a ham if you're not into turkey.
Could be stuffed with OGs.
Cardinals are the secondary meat, right? There's always somebody who brings an additional meat dish, which is great, but it's not the main meat.
Why do I feel like this is about to get real insulting?
No, it's not really
The
insulting.
Sun
Like,
Devils is the sweet potato casserole or the sweet potato pie. Hear me out. It's because that dish is part of both dinner and dessert. It can go both ways.
Yeah.
So it's a legit meal portion of the meal for the table, and it's a lot of fun at dessert.
Yes,
So like
yes.
they got both sides of that coin.
Yep.
U of A.
U of A is, what did we say?
Stuffing.
Oh yeah, U of A is stuffing because it definitely tastes better than it looks.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're saying. Like, listen, my guy Mike Luke is down there doing the Lord's work by himself, and sometimes he gets up and just goes to the bathroom on his own, and his co-host is just sitting there, just chilling, hanging out, doing his thing. But guess what? He's got the second most downloads of the company. That's how he rolls. So hey, it always tastes better than it looks.
Okay, coyotes are gravy and or cranberry sauce
Yep.
because they can take something that oftentimes can be mid and make it even better.
Yes.
Right?
And they both come in very small containers, just like the arena.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
TPSP,
What did we say?
Red
TPSP?
wine.
Oh yeah, because a little bit's really good, but too much will get you fucked up.
and then the Rising, Mercury, Bets, and Fantasy Show are all the remaining side dishes that are very important to a Thanksgiving meal. So whatever ones are your favorites, those are what all of them represent. We're talking corn, mac and cheese,
No. You're not
mashed potatoes.
You're not copping out. What is bets? You give me a right
Oh,
answer.
no,
Bets
no,
is
no,
the
D-backs.
drunk
We didn't
uncle
do
at the
D-backs.
table, all right?
Did we not do D-backs?
No, you didn't do D-backs.
Oh, we
did
did do
D-backs.
D-backs.
No.
What's D-backs? The
D-backs.
deviled eggs,
Josh,
wasn't it?
Josh said
Oh, yeah.
D-backs is the silverware because they got all the tools.
That works.
Oh yeah, that is
Hey,
true.
That's a good one.
Jesse and Derek are not tools, all right? Come on.
Bets would be just maybe like a napkin.
Oh,
It cleans shit up.
It's just there
Changes
because
Shane, it's because you guys clean up. You guys' record is like really, really good, is it not?
Oh my!
I mean, that's not bad. You're
I'll
Nice
take
save,
it.
isn't it?
I'll take it.
you're prosciutto wrapped asparagus because not many people know about how good it is, and they need to. It needs to be a more common
Hey,
theme.
I
How
just
about
want to
that?
say NBA picks yesterday went 6-0. So
There you go.
Hey,
Like I said, you clean shit up.
I still think Betts is the drunk degenerate uncle at the table. Like,
Which are always a fun part of the party.
they're unique.
They
that's
are
for
unique.
sure.
I mean, it's fun in one way or the other because you're either in the corner and you're laughing at what's happening, or you're involved with it, and you'll laugh about it later.
Yes.
So at some point in time, it'll turn funny. It's just a matter of how
Listen,
long.
at the end of the day, we make one complete meal, and every single piece is a vital part.
necessity.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
What's Tinfoil Hat Club? Is that just a creepy neighbor staring
No, you
in?
just don't get in the house. That's just what that is. Yeah, that's the racist uncle. Is what that is. That's the racist uncle that doesn't get.
Wow.
He doesn't get invited. We keep him on the
Wow.
outside. We don't even tell him that Thanksgiving dinner is fucking happening.
Oh no!
he's not allowed to hold the baby.
No. He stays away from the kids.
Oh,
Here's an
my.
important thing. David did correct me. The Ottoman Empire, the person that led it, did not die of a fruit. He died of gout. So
Oh, of gout. Of course. Not fruit, but gout.
That's a really important thing.
Thank you for that update, that breaking news.
Okay, so we were gonna do a fall draft to close out today's show,
Yeah,
but
let's
it's
do it.
4. Do you guys want
So
to keep
what?
doing
Let's
it?
go. We're
Okay.
here.
That's
right.
fine. What's the order?
Just go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there we go.
I go first.
Yep.
Okay, so we're talking fall, as in like what? Let's define fall. Does Christmas count into fall, or is that winter?
I think that's winter.
So what, like mid-September to the end
December
of November?
21st is the start
I think
of winter,
I
isn't
think
it?
September to November. Yeah,
September
but-
to November.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm gonna take Halloween over first.
Oh, damn it, Lindsay.
Duh.
Damn it, Lindsay.
Week.
Why wouldn't I take anything else?
It's arguably the best holiday.
Duh, it is the best holiday.
Okay, well then I'm going with the second best, which is Thanksgiving. It's my
Ew.
favorite holiday.
How is that the? Oh my god.
It's my favorite holiday.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with cooler temperatures, especially in Arizona. That's very important.
That is good. I'm going to go with the start of football.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the whip around, it's controversial, but a lot of people love it. Pumpkin spice. Fill
Pumpkin
in
spice
whatever
is
you want.
good.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the NBA season starting.
Damn it.
I know. It's tough now.
It is. It's extremely hard now. I did not think this through. I'm gonna go with soup.
Soup. Okay.
Soup,
I
okay.
like soup. Soup's a good one. Let's see. This one's tough. Am I allowed to pick, like, can I just pick, like, decor?
Yeah.
Is that
Whatever
fine?
you
Sure,
want that's
yeah.
fall
I
related.
know that's a really
There you
weird
go.
one.
It just can't be a
Fall
Christmas tree.
decor. All right.
I don't know if that's a good one.
You want a
Well,
basket?
you made it
What do you
already.
want?
A Christmas tree basket, but that's our winter draft. So.
That is our winter draft. Okay, how about I'll do can I have to make it specific, or can I pick all like
Just say it,
chilly
Linz.
weather clothing? Or do I
Sure.
need to be more specific, like a hoodie?
You probably need to be a little specific because there's other things that
let's
you
do
might be able to pick.
Okay, then I'll do hoodies.
Okay.
You got 2 of them.
Oh, I have 2 and beanies.
I will go with the World Series. Thank you, Charles.
Okay, that's a good one.
Oh, right. It's me. I'm going to go with gray sweatpants season. It's a phenomenal time of year.
Oh my God.
It's the most comfortable thing.
Gerald.
Hey now.
It's the most comfortable thing in the world.
I will go with
You know what the fuck you're doing, Gerald.
I don't.
the fact that
Oh my God.
Nice.
You guys.
nights are longer. It stays darker longer, especially here. I want the sun out at 5 a.m. and waking my ass up or my daughter's ass up. So I go with longer nights, and then
Longer nights? That's how it's going to be described?
I'm gonna go with the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes.
Okay. I will go with let's go with seasonal beers like Four Peaks Pumpkin Porter.
Okay. Oh man, it's a toss up for me. It's between 2. But since I didn't go to either one this year, I'm gonna go with haunted houses.
Okay.
Okay.
But State Fair would have been right there.
Okay, I'm going to go scary movies.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do...
No, that's it.
No, we have one more pick.
I only have 3 things if I don't pick another
No,
thing.
you were the first one to go. Then you went back to back,
And that's 3 things.
and then you just picked right now.
Yeah,
So I only
we
have
go-
4
Yeah,
things?
I thought
I thought we
it
did
was
5.
5.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I thought we
My bad.
normally do
I thought it was
5.
just 4. My bad.
Okay. So scary movies, and then should I steal Saul's? The State Fair? I'm going
Yes.
to pick the State Fair.
Cool.
Okay, go ahead, Saul. What you got last?
I'm gonna go with piles of leaves.
Piles of leaves.
Have you ever jumped into a?
That's
Have
a
you
great
ever jumped
I
into
think
a
that's
pile
a
of
great
leaves?
choice.
That shit's hella
Bugs and
fun.
shit.
Yes, I
Have
think
Have you
that's
ever
a
had to
great
clean
choice.
it up though?
Yeah.
No.
So are you guys really going to make me take the most basic thing that's still on the board?
You
Like
taking
the most
yourself?
Basic.
What pies?
No, not pies. Pumpkin everything.
He said
You
pumpkin
just said
spice.
pumpkin
Did you-
everything. That was
I'm
like his
sorry.
second pick.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Let's go with fire pits then.
Fire pits? Okay. Espo? Well, wait, no, Espo, you're done.
No, this.
No, this is
No,
his
wait,
last
never
pick.
mind. This will be your last.
This is the
one.
last pick.
This is just personal to me, but I love it. My birthday,
Espo's birthday.
yeah.
When's your
Okay.
birthday?
November 30th.
You should put that in your calendar right now.
Suns, Bulls. They're
Okay.
wearing the throwbacks. Let's get
So
drunk.
this
there you
is
go.
where we are at with this one. I have Halloween, hoodies, beanies, scary movies, and the State Fair. Saul has Thanksgiving, soup, World Series, haunted houses, and piles of leaves. Gerald has cooler temperatures, NBA season, gray sweatpants season, seasonal beers, and fire pits.
Isn't seasonal beers just like the pumpkin? Because what others? What
I mean,
other
we can
flavor
just
is
change
there?
it. We can just change it to
Peppermint.
pumpkin
Have you not
porter.
had a peppermint beer?
Do we need to make
We'll
it
just
like
make it the
porter
pumpkin
beer?
porter. We'll make it the pumpkin porter.
Is that what we're going with?
Yep.
Okay.
Does that fall under pumpkin spice? we
Yeah,
need a
it does.
ruling.
Yeah, it does.
Do we need a ruling? No.
I think seasonal beers is fine because there's
Oktoberfest.
There's Oktoberfest. There's a lot of different seasonal beers.
All right.
Seasonal beers is fine.
Fair enough.
Okay, we're sticking with seasonal beers. And then Espo has the start of football season, pumpkin spice, longer nights, the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors episode, and his birthday.
All right.
Are we actually going to put this one on
Yes,
Twitter? 'Cause
we need
haven't
to.
put
I'm
one on
lo-
Twitter in a really
I'm
long
losing,
time.
and I'm fine
Yeah,
with
as
that.
soon as
This
people
is-
see Espo's birthday, they're
I'm
not going to
fine
vote
with
for
that.
it. I mean, let's be real.
That's
Screw all you guys. It's important to me. If it didn't happen,
You know what?
That's like the evilness of Twitter. That's just how people roll.
I dropped the ball. Pumpkin patches. How did we not pick a pumpkin patch?
Patches are fucking overrated.
Pumpkin patches are probably my least favorite thing in this.
Yeah,
world.
you're riding around on some dinky ass old
Yes.
freaking
It smells awful.
tractor.
You don't like cows and goats?
Like you got
and
hay
horses?
fever.
You're
like,
buying something that literally you have to gut with all that grossness, and then you have it at your house just to rot. Pumpkin patches are just dumb.
Pumpkins in general are mid as fuck.
I like pumpkins.
I'm with you.
Like, no,
Yeah.
pumpkins, and then
Pumpkin
when you were a
patches are
kid, you were always
fun.
worried somebody's gonna take it off your doorstep and smash it. Like the pumpkins are just dumb.
I don't think kids do that anymore. I've quite literally
Anti-pumpkin.
never seen
Oh, it
that
happened in my
happen.
neighborhood. I saw it in the
Well,
middle
maybe
of
it's
the street.
because you're a hater of pumpkins, so they did it to you.
Well, they didn't do it to
specifically.
me. They did it to other people.
Maybe they meant
pumpkins
to
are
do it to
trash. Gourds in general are trash.
Gores.
I disagree. Anyway, that's our fall draft. We will put it on Twitter this time for real. Make sure Espo does that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Before we say goodbye, Saul has something really important to tell you guys.
Oh, you should check out Bad Birdie because they got a bunch of dope shit. I'm actually going to go hit the range right after this because I have nothing else to do. And I'm going to wear my Bad Birdie gear. I didn't wear it today. I don't know why I didn't wear it today, but they've got so many cool things. You should absolutely check them out. Go to badbirdie.com. Get yourself some nice gear. Badbirdiegolf.com. Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
And use that,
and use that promo code PHNX and get yourself.
Sports. PHNX Sports.
Can one?
Is it?
Yeah.
This is just such a great ad read. So
It is. It
Can
is.
somebody get me one of those Bad Birdie hats?
Yes.
Those things are awesome.
I'm working on it right now with Max.
Yeah,
I
but the
need
problem
my hat.
is you actually have to go out and golf.
I golf, just not well.
What do you have to golf to wear the merch?
Yeah.
Or can you just wear the merch because
Yeah.
it's nice?
Well,
You can wear it if you want to wear it, wherever you want to wear it,
I
because
think-
it's that nice of a material.
I don't think the Bad Birdie people are sitting there going, hey, let's take that whole world out there that could buy our stuff and let's shrink it down to only if you play golf.
So says Jay said, did somebody say golf? Connor asked if mini golf counts. Mini golf absolutely counts. If you go mini golfing and you're fully decked out in Bad Birdie gear, if you don't send us a picture, we can't be friends anymore. That's that's the rule.
What if I play PGA 2K23? Can I wear my Bad Birdie stuff?
Yes, and
All
you
right.
better post a picture of it.
I'm down.
So one more time, that's badbirdiegolf.com. Use code PHNX Sports to get 15% off your order. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow. We've got a game, so we'll have a pregame show 30 minutes before tip-off, and then we will see you again after the game wraps up. Until then, you can follow me on Twitter at LindseySmithAZ. You can follow Saul at Saul_Bookman. You can follow Gerald at Gerald Bourguet, and of course, you can follow Espo at Espo. Espo, take us home.
Turquoise is the best color ever. Ahoy, hoy.
Hey yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though, Lindsey, Gerald, Espo. Saul pass the ball, we here to turn up the tempo. Got to understand me, I'll always rep the family. Rally in the valley like Dan G, no plan B. Always on the job, my team move like the mob. Turn the